Three, two, one.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm Anu.
I'm Bobby.
I am Kama LA.
And it's your girl, Rennie.
Ooh, it's your
And
girl.
we are the Actors Edit. Thank you for watching. Today we are watching episode 10, season 3 of Breaking Bad, which is a very special episode. A few of us have seen it. Rennie, you haven't seen it.
I have not. Again.
This is the Fly episode, famously a bottle episode. Most of what we're going to watch today takes place on the same set. Things that are probably easier to film in a bottle episode would be like tracking shots. People might be wearing the same clothing over time, or they might be shooting on the same set to show time passing. It could save time, could save money, could just be done to look cool.
Let us know if you want us to watch the rest of the series, but we thought we'd talk to you about this episode from our perspective as actors. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Already just disgusting,
but really well shot.
Yeah, I wonder how they...
I feel like they probably put sugar water on a very zoomed in lens. Or they've just got a fly in like a fish tank and they're zoomed in. Hey!
Oh, wow.
Breaking Bad theme right here. Good time. Vince. There's my boy Vince.
Didn't they do
There you
a
are.
spinoff with Jesse?
They did like a
No,
short
Sal. Better Call
series.
Saul.
No, they did both. There's the Camaro, El Camaro or El Camino with Jesse, and then there's Better Call Saul with Saul.
See?
Okay.
I'm aware of the universe.
Bryan Cranston, shaved head, legend.
I don't know the context of this episode right now, like where we are in the story at all.
Go. But any blue rocks that we see are rock candy. That's both a fact and not fiction.
For the children, yeah.
And that way we don't have to censor anything. They make a lot of rock candy.
A lot of that.
I have to say, the song they use in the beginning, Hush Little Baby, when people make that creepy, it's one of the creepiest things I've ever heard, and it's supposed to be a lullaby.
Any nursery rhyme out of context, it ain't right. I don't trust it. Something ain't right.
Bring around the rose.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know,
Aaron Paul, the main man. Does a lot of voice work. Really cool.
Such a throwback.
Remember before AI, you guys?
If this is supposed to be all like Major League and all, we should have equipment maintainer guys and water boys, you know?
Great shots right there. That's just a fun action shot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of swearing in Breaking Bad. Sorry, Anu.
Why is that not a t-shirt?
That's fine.
Why is that not a t-shirt?
I'm gonna hit it if that's cool with you.
I don't understand.
What?
These numbers, they just don't add up.
Told you, dude's totally boning us.
No, it's not that. It's our output. We're off.
I remember this episode now.
0.14% off.
Somebody skimming?
Ballparking it, I'd say we're
skimming off the top.
quarter to a half a pound shy.
That's a lot of rock candy.
What about the other one? The drops. Like on the cold beer.
Condensation?
Yeah.
Jesse explaining science is one of my simple pleasures in life. Science, B.
I'd love a series of that. Instead of Bill Nye, it's Jesse.
Yes.
Did you work that in?
Vestiges.
Yeah. Vestiges.
Yeah.
He's doing such a good job right now of like being suspiciously unsuspicious.
Also, their relationship feels so lived in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's really beautiful.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why?
No, I'm 0.14 off.
And when you're making rock candy, you can't be messing up the numbers, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone's gonna kill you.
Yeah, rock candy.
Okay.
People that deal in that sort of thing are crazy.
It's a serious business.
It's just so crazy to watch shows that from so long ago. Like it feels so recent, and like you're looking at the way
Child,
it's
this
shot.
ain't that old.
No, but
Okay.
doesn't it look like it's not filmed the way a lot of shows are filmed nowadays?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I kind of like
Oh.
this better. It feels more cinematic.
Different priorities. And I think it also depends on the show you're trying to watch.
Well, this episode in particular is very like character focused, so it's like not.
Yes, it also has like a slower
Yes.
pace, which a lot of shows, because attention spans seem to be diminishing with time, pacing
don't-
has been sped up over the years.
Yeah, I
in
kind of
just all mediums.
like when they take their time a little bit.
100%. Now, I will say this is my older brother's. Walter in this trying to kill this fly is my older brother to a T. The shenanigans that we see. My older brother once broke a window trying to kill a fly. True story.
Oh my god.
Listen, those pesky flies.
I don't like this buzzing noise in my headphones. Oh my god. It feels like there's an actual fly.
Yes.
Those are the flies that I can't sleep until they're dead.
And it tells you a lot, I think. This is beautifully acted, number one. Because I'm certain there's nothing actually around him. They're just like, hey man, see a fly.
You're not gonna.
This is
That's just not gonna work.
beautifully
It's too
shot. Like
slow.
all of the different angles that we're choosing to use to tell
I
this
love it.
story. Oh, it's just so great.
Okay, the desperation.
Does he
Forget
even
that.
have his shoe back? No.
No. Oh my goodness.
You don't need that shoe.
Please don't fall.
This episode reminds me a lot of the idea that acting is really just doing under imaginary circumstances. These circumstances feel very real, but
Yes.
all we're watching is a man do things.
Bastard.
It's like sunk cost fallacy at that point. What did I say? Was that actually hit? That's a stunt double, right?
No, this is where I'm gonna.
That's
need to
not
let
a
it go.
stunt double. Sorry, what did you say, Bobby?
He needs to let it go at this point. Like,
But it's like kind of a metaphor for it's like the little things that'll get you
of
in
course,
the end.
no, of course.
The
But
0.14 that's missing.
Mm. Oh my god. Now it's just
that
taunting him.
shot is just it's peak. It's making fun of you. It's making fun of you.
Do you think they put sugar water on the glass? Like,
What I was saying earlier, which may or may not have been recorded, was this episode reminds me a lot of the idea that acting is just doing under imaginary circumstances. What we're seeing Walter do is he's just doing the thing. It doesn't
Yep.
feel like acting at all. This part.
why are we pressurized?
For the fly.
Just move your jaw around. Move it around.
I am moving around, all right? It's not
Well, then
working.
just yawn or something. Stop acting like such a baby.
Ah.
Now, if we were all in our right minds, maybe we would let the fly out. Just a thought.
Just keep the door open.
So exactly what kind of contaminant are we dealing with here?
Hello?
What do you mean?
This is why we don't make rock candy, kids. It'll do stuff to your brain.
It got into the lab and I'm trying to get it out, okay? Understand?
No, man,
No.
not really.
Dude, you scared the shit out of me. In terms of keeping our cook clean and our product unadulterated, we need to take this very seriously. Now, do you understand?
No.
Is that your fly saver?
They're under so much stress,
Any pollutant,
especially Walter at this point.
no matter how small,
It's almost like the one thing he can control.
The reason why this
Is
is
trying
so
to kill
well
this fly.
written is because I think they're both ridiculous and like correct at the same time. Like I'm like I agree with both of them.
It's also just deeply relatable. We've all had a bug in the house
Yeah.
that we're just like, it needs to
Yep.
die today.
Yes.
But then I also agree with Jesse when he's like, "You're being ridiculous." Like I see, I get
If you-
both sides. Like
The humanization of a drug dealer, essentially.
A rock candy dealer.
Oh,
Excuse
sorry,
you.
a rock candy dealer, excuse me.
The timer went off, yo. How long is this batch gonna be good for? An hour
Yo.
or two?
You could just set out a fly trap.
Listen,
You don't got to be all neurotic about it.
one might argue that Walter's not in the most rational spot right now. Especially if I remember correctly, like there is a lot weighing on his mind by the time we see this episode.
It makes sense because what do we do when we get so, overwhelmed? We fixate on certain things that we feel like we can control. Like I
Yeah.
can kill this fly. It's easier. It's something I can actually tangibly do rather than everything else that's like overwhelming me. So it's this humanization of this character and this fixation is crazy over this fly.
It's the government, Jack. Even the government doesn't care that much about quality.
It's also amazing out of context to think about how dangerous an operation like making rock candy is. And you're so caught up in other things that you're fixated on a fly rather than producing rock candy for some really scary
And,
people.
You know, see what I'm
what are you doing?
Oh,
Walter's gonna Walter.
Facts. Like a friggin' demon.
I love how Jesse like knows the recipe now. Like he's come so far in terms of his chemistry knowledge.
order shit.
Also, at this
You
point
know,
in the
all right, we're
relationship, seeing this
50-50
flip
partners.
between who's
Remember?
really business focused and who's sort of off in fairyland, it's a fun switch. Sorry.
Oh my god. I feel like who would win in a fight between them?
Walter.
Walter.
'Cause I
I
think at a
think so
certain point,
too.
Jesse would walk away. Walter wouldn't.
I also think Jesse has a more erratic kind of fighting style. I think Walter is more study, watch, and attack, and I think that would work.
Yeah,
think
Walter's
Jesse has
like
a
ready to
moral
lay it
compass.
down.
Like I think Jesse
Mm.
would feel bad sooner, quicker.
Facts.
Also depends on what season of Walter too, I guess.
Walter's got that old man strength.
Yeah.
You know what
The
I mean?
old man strength.
The old man strength.
Oh, child.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna need your swatter thing.
I think he just really wants to hit him.
What could be kind of fascinating about this whole episode, and I don't know if they do that because I haven't seen it, but this whole episode really could be shot through the eyes of the fly. Where you're like, I want to be a fly on the wall.
You like that? Hurts, huh?
I like the fly on the wall perspective.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It does feel like we're kind of voyeurs here. Like we're the fly.
Look. See, I told you I got it.
This is a raisin. And we need to destroy it and every trace of it so we can cook.
Will it actually ruin the batch? I'm just curious. I have no clue. I don't plan on ever
No,
experimenting.
People
to
that
find out,
use
but-
rock candy don't care if there's a fly in it. They don't care if there's rat poo in it.
no.
But what's important is he's not talking about the batch.
Right. But how much does Jesse know that?
Jesse's aware. That's why Jesse
Okay.
wants to cook.
Jesse knows.
But while Jesse's able to process it through the grief and everything he's working with, Walter is shutting down.
All right, I understand that the fly is a serious thing now, all right? I'm on board. I'm just saying, maybe if we went and got some air, it would help us come up with a plan on how to catch it, then come back down here and subtract his ass.
Great sentence.
Ew. Yeah.
Oh, great. Do you have your keys? You sure? Last thing we need is to get locked out.
Yeah.
Hey! You're not gonna help me. Stay out of my way.
That was so brilliantly delivered and shot.
Easy, man. Taking candy from a baby out here.
I can use El Axo.
El Axo.
El Axo is crazy, bro.
Axo.
Jess, I can't stand Jesse, but I love him.
I like that it bent over. It's the little things that get you.
Damn it.
I feel like Jesse is also a fly in his life. Kind of.
That's what makes the title of this episode brilliant.
Ooh, I love the red forbidding evil
Need some
lighting.
juice? Maybe?
Non-toxic glue strips.
Yeah, baby. It's got pheromones, all right? I got a butler. We hang them up all over the place. You won't be able to resist.
That's smart.
I sure hope we have enough.
I go out on a limb and say, yeah.
Damn, just see how much.
A lot.
He said nap? No. Coma? Maybe.
Only if he finishes it.
Jesse's like, I'm going to make some rock candy, okay? Clear my way.
Facts. That wasn't
I hope he
tense
gave
at
him
all.
the right one. In every comedy, it's always they gave the wrong one.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I could do that to myself. I would really play myself like that.
Me too, like,
Yeah.
oh, crap.
Because you're so nervous. It's like, oh.
Very. Yeah.
You start second guessing yourself.
There was some perfect moment, and it passed me right by. Yeah, I had to have enough to leave them. That was the whole point.
They don't pay teachers enough. I'll just leave it point blank.
That's why he started cooking rock candy. That's the point of this show.
Yep. And it hasn't gotten better.
What, you saying you want to die?
I'm saying I've lived too long.
Kind of sad. He like mourned his life already, and then they're like, "You're in remission." He's like, "No." How heavy that is.
But she just won't. She just won't understand.
This is so beautifully delivered.
I mean, no matter how
Beautifully.
well I explain it. I mean, I truly believe there exists some combination of words. There must exist certain words in a certain specific order that would explain all of this. But with her, I just can't ever seem to find them.
Beautifully acted. That's why he won his Emmys, guys.
Okay.
I love how he's not projecting. It's all very internal. It just invites you in.
And if you've been with the show this long, I remember watching it through and thinking of the moment
I know the moment.
he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
It was the night Jane died.
Oh.
Jane was Jesse's girlfriend, if you haven't watched the show.
I have not, but the focus on Jesse made it seem like it was something affecting him.
I sit down, and this man, this stranger, he engages me in conversation. He's a complete stranger. But he turns out to be Jane's father, Donald Margolis.
What are you talking about?
Of course, I didn't know it at the time. I mean, he was just some guy in a bar. I didn't put it together until after the crash when he was all over the news.
Jane's dad.
Think of the odds.
What you talking about?
Water on Mars Family.
Words.
What about family?
The way Jesse is searching in his eyes for something.
The universe is random. It's not inevitable. It's simple chaos.
But because it is random, sometimes it can be inevitable, no?
In my mind, God has a plan for everybody, so that's just my belief. So things like that would be
How can that be random?
Hey, sit down.
No.
It's the sleepy sleeps that he added to your drink.
Just a little melatonin, you know?
A little melly.
at least give him the right cup.
Definitely
That night,
the right cup.
I should never have left home. Never gone to your house.
I think it's been these two people for this weight of the scene for a good maybe 10 minutes, and it's still captivating. Very phenomenal.
I almost don't want to comment anything because I just want to watch it. It's just so lovely.
She was singing a lullaby. If I had just lived right up to that moment, and not 1 second more.
And what a thing to write, and what a monologue to perform to discuss mourning your non-death. It kind of reminds me of a dramatic version of that scene from The Incredibles. You didn't save my life, you ruined my death. That's what you did.
Okay.
Mm.
Period.
But he did it to
Walt.
himself.
Walt is the fly that won't die,
Maybe that's the
He's
metaphor.
fly.
despite all these attempts to kill him.
Do we think it was kind of Jesse to drug him against his will, or are we just like, you shouldn't do that in general?
It was a lot, and I don't agree with it, but I understand. They also make rock candy, so certain rules are just out of, maybe it's for the best in their world.
It was
that
not
he-
kind. However, considering things Walt has done and will do, I am not mad at you.
That's what I'm saying. The rules are a little different when you make rock candy for people.
That's true.
so-
If this was actually my friend, it would be chamomile tea with some honey, maybe some milk, And then I would offer a melatonin, so they have choice
Yes.
in the scenario.
Well, like drugging them, and he put a lot of pills in there.
What are you
The
doing?
level of intelligence right here is just outstanding. Put a ladder on top of 2 rolling objects. Why not?
No, you're gonna break.
Well,
Seriously.
And I love how he's playing the impediment of sleepiness right now. It's almost like a drunken, tired end of the night exhaustion.
He knows he drugged him, and he's like, hold on to it.
I don't know that he knows that he was drugged.
Huh?
I don't
No,
know
Jesse
that
knows.
Walter. Oh
No,
yeah,
Jesse knows, and he's telling Walter to hold on to something. knowing
Jesse
he's about to
played
fall
with a lot of
asleep.
rock candy in his life. Okay, so his brain cells are
Okay.
not all developed.
I'm sorry about Jane.
Whose fault was Jane's?
That's a good question. You should watch the show.
you should watch the show.
Understood.
Yeah, you should watch the show.
I will probably Google it after this.
No, don't.
To people listening, don't do what Rennie just advised.
I can
Watch
tell you what,
the
I
show.
can let you know, Rennie. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Because obviously he's having some either survivor's guilt or guilt for her death. So it's some direct reasoning to this car crash.
No one's fault. Not even hers.
I feel like it's important to tell the audience, if you've never watched this show, Jane, Jesse's now deceased girlfriend, was also a drug addict. That's why he says it's no one's fault, not even hers.
Two junkies with a duffel bag full of cash. Like you said, both would have been dead within a week. I miss her though. God, I do.
If we also harken back to earlier in this episode when Jesse arrived, There's lipstick on a cigarette in his car,
Yes.
and it's a memento to Jane.
Let it go. We need to cook.
What about the contamination?
It's all contaminated.
Because it's rock candy. Chow. Lord.
What a profound statement, though, for life in general, right? Life is contaminated. Like, so many different things coming into your life.
It's
Nothing's
never going to be
perfect.
perfect or pure.
Nothing's
Yeah.
pure.
There's
Yep.
always going to be contamination.
Yep.
So,
That was so, like, profound.
period.
I love how it's an old school paper SWAT that gets him. It's never any of this high tech stuff.
And it's
It's
the
always-
drama of the sound effect and everything.
Sometimes we try all this technology and it's the simple things that get the job done still.
He even took off his shoes, y'all.
Aw.
That's their
And now he's cooking.
relationship.
Jesse's unexpectedly sweet sometimes.
I love Jesse.
Well, like,
That's my
I
baby
get the
daddy.
sense
I love-
too that Walter kind of saved Jesse's life in a sense. Like he gave him a purpose as well. I could be 100% wrong because I only have seen this.
You
episode.
should watch the show.
You should watch that.
It is an excellent
There's
show
a lot
for
of
Abramson.
duality in their relationship.
Sounds toxic.
You okay getting home?
Yeah, better. Thanks.
And Yana then?
That's tomorrow for our non-Spanish speakers. In case you thought AXO, El AXO was a word. I don't think that's a word.
Well, I will say that's tomorrow for our Spanish speakers because he said it very white. So they
He did.
probably also did not understand what he said.
Fair play.
I couldn't chance saying it inside. For all I know, the lab's wired for sound. That's half a pound. I said, you're off by. Now, I'm not accusing you, but if, you understand? And if they ever found out,
I didn't take shit.
I'm just saying that I won't be able to protect you.
Don't do it, Will.
Who's asking you to?
I know that's right.
Bobby is a ride or die here for Jesse.
I love Jesse.
Because Bobby, have you watched the show? Is that
I
why?
love Walt too. I like
Mhm.
Walt too, but
I'm just saying you should watch the show, Rennie. I'm just saying, like, hey, girl, watch it. I think Jesse becomes more lovable as time goes on, and Walt becomes less lovable.
Was his character also one that wasn't expected to be on the show as long as it did? I wonder if Jesse's character was one of those that
I
it
don't
just like
think so. I think he was always meant to
was he?
buddy
There,
up.
there is another character in the first season that was only supposed to be there for one episode,
Yes.
but was there for several episodes because everyone loved him.
Yes, but
Mhm.
it wasn't Jesse.
He was like the
Got it.
first like
And
villain.
there was also, that
Oh,
villain
wow.
was supposed to be the main villain of the series, but he had to go do other work. And see, there's a fly. There's another fly. Now it's in your house. How about that, Walter? How about that, Heisenberg?
The fly never leaves him.
Thank you, Vince, for creating something amazing, and to all the people that worked on that show. It's incredible. Definitely worth watching. 10 out of 10 makes me want to go watch the whole
Number
series again.
10. I love Breaking Bad. I've watched it like 3 times, so
I've
Yeah.
watched it 2.5 times. I think I didn't finish the last time I watched it, but it's
That was my first full episode and it was actually very good. So
Didn't you say you watched the first episode before?
I did in college for a course we were in because my teacher loved it and she said it's one of the most cinematically pieces of television and there's so much to critique and it's so detailed and it's like everything in the scene has a purpose, so nothing's like forgotten. And I was like, this isn't for me. She was like, what? And I was like, okay. But this
you
episode
were
is
you were
good.
young. You were young.
you were young.
Uh,
but
I'm very particular about the stuff I watch. Not that it's all good, but some of it, I'm just like, I'm a simple girl. I'm a very simple girl. That's it. This was very well done, though.
I think the first episode of Breaking Bad is like, for me, the best example of setting up a character and who he is and
Yes.
what's motivating him,
Yeah.
like all the different
That's
layers.
what my professor said.
Yeah, it's
It's a really good
It's
so,
an excellent
good.
pilot, and if
A really
I
good-
feel like at one point we could almost do like a study of pilot episodes, because a pilot traditionally is what sells the series to a network. And like if
Mhm.
you read a pilot like the Breaking Bad pilot, it's just it's peak, it's top tier. And I think if I remember correctly, Waste Management from The Sopranos and him talking to his therapist is just like peak. There's there's a little sign going on. Or the Friends pilot when she comes in the wedding dress and everything. There's some that are just so iconic that you're like, I have to stay for the rest of it. The pilot's what sells you. It's your elevator pitch to keep going.
It'd be interesting to read the pilot and then watch it and even see what changes, because there's so many pilots I've read, and then I'm like, oh, I need to watch the series, and then the series is like, oh, they took so much out of the pilot. Like sometimes things get tweaked because then again everything gets contaminated and by different voices and different studio execs and networks and this and that, and then some things lose it and some things can change. I'm curious to know with Breaking Bad how much of it got to stay exactly as is and how brilliant the writing is. That they trusted the writing so much without having to influence on top of that.
That's a good question. Like, how did the pilot originally cross the first person's desk for that first intern probably to read it or whoever? And like, what did they film at the end of it? I also am curious about how much it doesn't, from looking at it, it doesn't look like a show with much improvisation beyond like repeating words, that sort of thing. But I am curious if there was ever a time where they're like, at the end of this scene, just give us a couple of things, because Bryan Cranston, prior to Breaking Bad, was mostly known for as being the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. He's done a lot of comedy work. And I think if you can do comedy, you can do drama, and then some dramatic actors can also do comedy. But I feel like if you can do comedy very well, it's easier to find drama.
I
think.
agree.
I agree.
I always use like Robin Williams as an example, as somebody who was like a big stand-up comic, but oh my God, some of his dramas are, you just wouldn't think. You look at this comedian, this stand-up comic, and he's so bubbly, and he's the genie from Aladdin, or Mrs. Doubtfire, and that man can like, oh my God, what was the movie when I'm gonna get so mad when they stand up on the desk and they say Carpe
Dead
Diem.
Poets Society.
Yes,
Dead Poets
so good. So
Oh,
good.
Captain, my captain.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Great movie. Totally highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Classic. And just like Robin Williams, a whole different side, but the duality of them.
And then there was that movie with Matt Damon that he was in as well that I'm forgetting the name of.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, that's another one. Robin Williams' whole repertoire is something that there's a reason why
Robin
he's
Williams is
incredible.
Yeah, he's great.
He's
Rest in peace, Robin.
But to answer
a
your
titan.
question, Kamala, like I agree with you. It is interesting to see like how much improvisation there is. I will say, like, obviously I'm sure it's laid out like in the description of like what the character's supposed to be doing, and like I'm sure the director like maybe gave Bryan Cranston an idea, but there's a whole like in what we just watched, I would say it's probably a good 7 minutes of where he's trying to like kill the fly and like get the fly. So like I'm sure that was like laid out in the script, but like how he's doing it, I would think would be
that's all
his own
of the moment for sure.
like his own like go kill the fly, like figure it out, like you know what I mean. So like I think that's really kind of cool too. Also, I think this happens a lot in Breaking Bad, like Anu, LA, will know this, and Rennie if you watch it, which you should. But it is very like well written, and there's a lot of words, and it's wordy at points, and there's a lot of monologues, of course, but there's also a lot of moments where it's just like a character doing something for like 7 minutes, but also the acting is like amazing. And I think that's also really hard to do. Like I think it's really hard to like be silent, but like also like act through it and like tell a story. And like that whole time he was killing the fly and what we were just watching, I was like, I understand everything he's trying to say, every single thing that he's feeling, every single emotion that's going through his body, yet he's not saying a word. And I think that's really like impressive.
Very worth studying his performance in this role, for anybody, really. Just living in the moment, believing exactly what the character is going through, not having to try to do anything extra, everything. And I mean, granted, as great as Bryan Cranston is, the script for him is just as good and just as dense. And so,
Yeah.
you know, add those two together and it really helped. Because sometimes, you know, as actors, sometimes you get scripts that, you know, you could be the greatest actor in the world and it's just not going to put your best foot forward. So you have someone as talented as Bryan Cranston, and then all he's doing is just like, you have this great script and they just like mesh and it just went off, skyrocketed from there. So yeah, just well done. That's all I got to say, man. Just well done.
Final thoughts from Anu,
Um,
if any?
I just so I love to write, and so I always like admire how tight the writing is for this show, and how a lot of lines just have double meaning, and so they're kind of doing overtime. Yeah, and just the relationship between Walt and Jesse is just one of my favorites. So
Yeah,
It's a great.
I love them. They're great characters. This was a lovely time to hang out with everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and put a button on our episode. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, here on the Actors Edit. I hope that you and Rennie watch the entire series now. But
won't.
don't. I know she won't, but maybe you will, audience.
I don't have time, man. I don't have time. It's a lot, and I do actually want to pick up
this.
The
Rennie,
Rise and
you
Fall of
watched
Reggie
all
Jenkins.
of the One Piece anime. You have time.
No, One Piece is different because I can listen to it.
Moving on. Sorry. For those that don't know, One Piece is over 1,000 episodes of
It's
anime.
different. You really have to pay attention to Breaking Bad. One Piece, like, you know,
As a
I
One
put on
Piece
the back-
diehard, I think you have to pay attention to One Piece. But moving
can
on
figure-
before we get too caught up in the
Man,
weeds.
No, but I don't listen. Unfortunately, anime people, I do not listen to the non-dubbed version. So hence why I don't pay attention to it as much, because I can, you know, put two and two together.
And to be fair, Rennie,
I've taken us on a side quest.
sorry, like, 1 second before you guys go. And to be fair, yes, like I do think that episode we just watched with Fly like helps like with the character arc and like helps like the relationship. But to be fair, like you don't learn any new information. Like meaning like yes, like 100%, like yes, like I'm glad you paid attention and like you did learn about like their character relationship. But like if you skipped that episode, like you wouldn't be like I'm confused about what's happening in the plot in the next episode. So like
I
You
felt
do learn
pretty-
new information at the very end.
fair, but I don't think that like you know what I mean. It's
No.
yeah, like I
don't care
don't
about
think every
spoilers,
single second you
but-
need to pay attention.
Oh, well, I started a new job, so we'll see. We'll see.
Any Housers, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your favorite shows that you want us to critique, and hear our opinions about. And once again, I am Kama Ile,
I'm Anu.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Rennie.
and this was the Actors Edit. Bye.
Bye.